Yo, what's up? So we finna watch this video by Jimmy High Roller. It's called LeBron is working on his next super team. And yeah. I enjoy his content a lot, man. So we're gonna watch this, man, and hopefully it's a good video, dog. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good video anyway, so let's get started.
We are only 3 weeks into the NBA offseason, and already the league looks like a completely different place than it did just last season.
For real.
So far this offseason, 85 players have either signed to a new team or were traded to a new team. 85. That's 19% of the entire league wearing a different jersey next season. And with all these big moves going down, there will be a lot of changes in this upcoming season. The Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan and the GOAT himself, Alex Caruso, who will team up with his fellow former Laker, Lonzo Ball, which now officially makes Michael Jordan the second greatest Bulls player ever. After their most successful season in a decade, the Knicks had a great offseason so far, re-signing Julius Randle and Derrick Rose, trading for Kemba Walker, and signing Evan Fournier. The Knicks now look like one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. Going forward, the playoffs should no longer be just a goal for the Knicks, but rather an expectation. On the other hand, it seems like the Blazers have gone in the opposite direction lately. For the last 2 seasons, Damian Lillard has been begging that Trailblazer owner.
That's how I feel with Dame, bro.
So he doesn't have to score 40 a game.
Imagine Dame was on the LA Lakers, bro.
And their response was to sign Cody Zeller, Ben McLemore, Tony Snell, while simultaneously losing Enes Kanter, Zach Collins, and Carmelo Anthony. I mean, there's bad off seasons, and then there's this. At this point, it's almost like the Blazers want Dame to leave. Because in today's league, any player
Melo did go to the Lakers. Dang.
In the last 2 weeks alone, the combined contracts of every player that has been signed or traded to a new team are worth... Y'all ready for this number?
Yeah, that's... Alright, that's good. Okay. Alright, Okay,
Billy?
that's good. It's enough slices!
$1 billion.
Told you, I knew it was going to be a billion. Almost $2 billion.
Which at face value just sounds like an astronomical number. But this number doesn't even include the contracts of players that re-signed with their current teams over the last 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
If we include those contracts,
this
insane number inflates all the way to $3,683 million. The Miami Heat just re-signed Duncan Robinson for $90 million. The largest contract of any undrafted.
Well, he's a shooter, man. He's a specialist, so I'm not even mad.
But that also means that next season, Robinson will be making more money than players like Jordan Clarkson, Christian Wood, and Jonas Valanciunas.
No, he's a specialist, though. Same thing with Joe Harris.
Just signed a max extension worth $184 million. Now, don't get me wrong. Butler is a great player, but this contract is extremely hefty for a guy who just averaged 14 points per game in the playoffs while getting swept out of the first round. This contract means that when Jimmy Butler is 36 years old, he'll be making nearly $52 million in the final season of this 4-year deal.
I mean, they could do that, though, bro, because
Jimmy Butler will be making
revenue.
more money than Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, and will be making just about as much as Giannis. Like I said, Butler is a great player who offers a lot.
That puts it in perspective, man. But still, they can get away with it because of revenue.
Generational talent doesn't seem like the best investment for a franchise looking to build on their young talent. But the big story that has unfolded over the last 2 weeks is the Los Angeles Lakers. There is a lot to unpack here. So where do we begin? Well, for starters,
Melo,
the Lakers are a completely different team than they were even 2 weeks ago. Of the 15 players currently on their roster, 8 of them were not on the team last season. These new players include Russell Westbrook, Trevor Ariza, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn,
you know Russ gonna try to take off, man. Russ gonna try to take off.
The Lakers squad is so new that the longest tenured player on the entire team is LeBron James, who's been on the Lakers for 3 seasons.
That's wild.
And equally as shocking as the complete overhaul of their roster is the age of this roster. Now, the average age of an NBA player last season was 26 years old. The Oklahoma City Thunder had the youngest roster in the NBA with an average age of just 22.8 years old.
I was right there,
which
23,
makes me
21.
feel old and stupid and ancient. But the Lakers, on the other hand, have a
32.
roster made up of players with an average age of 31 and a half
Hey.
years old. 31 and a half. Last season on the Wizards, Russell Westbrook had played more NBA seasons than anyone else on the entire roster. This upcoming season,
well, they had
7
Robin
players on the
Lopez.
Lakers
They was in the same
who have
draft.
been in the NBA longer than Russ. His team is just old. We're getting closer, but still not there. Okay, let's try one last roster. One of the biggest failed experiments in recent NBA history that also took place within the Lakers organization. The 2012-2013
Yeah.
Lakers, when Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol joined forces with veteran Steve Nash and a prime Dwight Howard. If y'all can recall,
That was a nice
when this team
team.
was assembled, it broke headlines. On paper, one of the
Bro,
most
that was a
stacked
tough
teams
team
of the
on
last few
2K though.
decades, and a roster that most closely resembles the
Them and the
star power
Heat,
and accomplishments
them
of this
two.
2022 Lakers team. This team had the second best preseason odds to win a championship that season. Fast forward 8 months, a bunch of injuries, and one clean sweep by the Spurs in the first round of the playoffs, and this roster was never to be seen or heard from again.
That would've been
And
a
we all
scary
quickly
team.
learned
It
that
could
how
work.
a roster looks on paper compared to reality can often be two very different things. I think we can all agree that this Lakers team is more talented than the 2012 team. Anthony Davis is in his prime. LeBron is still looking like a top 5 player in the league. Westbrook just led the NBA in assists on his way
And
to
the thing about this
averaging
is,
a
I
triple-double
feel like,
for
you
the
know,
fourth time
LeBron
in his
gonna have like a
career.
big
Carmelo
load taken off
Anthony
of
has
him.
found new life
Gonna have
as
an
a bright
actual
spark
point
off the
guard.
bench. Still one of the best
You know what I
shot
mean?
makers in the game. And
Take
Dwight
to the
Howard
tap.
is, well, he's Dwight Howard. Aside from age, the biggest knock on this team being their lack of shooters. But if you take a closer look at this roster, they have more shooting power than you may believe.
Yeah, they
With
got some
4
nice
players
shooters.
shooting better than 40% from downtown.
They be sleeping about Ariza and Bazemore.
These guys.
Oh.
We won't talk about them. But it seems like
The White shot
question of
25%
every
for
team in this
3.
roster is whether they are a super team or not. And in my opinion, the obvious answer is yes. Of course they are. Simply because they have 2 all-NBA caliber players and another all-star caliber player as well. I'm really not sure how you would make the argument that this isn't a super team, and it honestly has nothing to do with Melo signing or the addition of Dwight, but rather because we already know that AD and LeBron can win a title with an average supporting cast. So a championship level team adds an all-star and more depth. Well, you do the math. And just like every other super team ever assembled, there's really only 2 outcomes to this experiment. A, they at least make it to the finals and meet expectations, or B, they completely fall apart before the playoffs even begin. This has been the fate of every single super team in existence, at least in regards to their first season together. There's really been no in between. The 21-22 Lakers joining this list, it's only a matter of time before they meet their fate as champions or just
Melo.
in addition to the expanding list of super teams that were a bust. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
I want to see West take off, man. I like Russ. But yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for watching, bro, and just be on the lookout for the next video. So yeah, peace.